And we're back with Aspen. Cummins project part 3. Gonna put the engine in. She's wondering, are we gonna get started today? So let's get started. Over here, we have got the timing cover off. Everything's prepped. We're gonna end up putting the gear in and the pump, which we'll show. Took a chisel, drove the wear sleeve off for the crank, because we're gonna do a new wear sleeve and seal in the cover, because I believe it was leaking a little bit. And after taking the old one out of the cover, I can see that manufacturer put it in, didn't do a good job. That's probably what led to it failing. We'll get this cleaned out one more time. Got the head surface all cleaned up. Everything looks good there. And the block, same. And we'll get it, do one more clean. We were just checking our cylinder protrusion. Everything's looking good. And we got the number 6 sleeve in. Just lube the O-ring and drop her down in. And we'll put the rod and piston in next. But pretty simple. Everything's been looking good. We'll get to the nice fun part where we attach it to the tractor later. But this is what we're going to do today. Get this engine sealed up and get the injection pump bolted on. And we'll walk you through that as we go. Well, that was a process, but start out with I believe it was 70 Newton meters, and you go around the whole sequence. Then you do just the inside. Well, you do that twice. You do that 2 times. Then you do the insides to 140. Then they want you to loosen the outsides and then retorque to 70. And then you do 90 degrees on all of them in their normal sequence. At least that's the updated torque sequence, but it's a little bit of a process. That's why we did it in high speed. But head torque down, now do a little bit more cleaning and move on to the next step. Alright, we're going to go ahead and put the new wear sleeve on. I do not have this tool to install, but a friend of mine did and he brought it over. So this is kind of how the wear sleeve goes on. Me being a tool guy, I'll own one of these later. Alright. Pusher. Yeah. Slide up in here. Ah, that's pretty fancy.
That goes with the bevel out.
Yeah, for the sleeve. So you want the seal. Bevel out, because the seal's going to ride up on it. There, she started, and then this pulley, or part, should push it. And for those of you that want the number for this tool, this is an OTC. It is CAS 2167. Alright, got everything squared up. See if I put you guys in the way. I did. Then when this bottoms out, it should be on far enough.
Until it turns a little, turns the engine.
There we go. And that's the wear sleeve for the front crank seal. Get this off of here and catch you back. Alright, we'll go ahead and get the front cover put on. Got the new injection pump drive gear here, and this had to be changed along with the going back to the pump without an aneroid system. We got a sleeve on the seal, which should act as a guide a little bit. Gotta get underneath. Gotta get underneath the pump a little. Alright, I'm gonna get a couple bolts started. If I can.
Just push on.
Push both?
Nope, just the, yep.
Oh yeah, there we go, it just guides it. That little sleeve just does a nice guide. RTV silicone gasket maker. I had a guy tell me once that the only reason RTV silicone is different colors is because of the color of the equipment you're working on. I was like, I don't think so. Oops, got some there. There we go. And the rest are longer bolts. Shop foreman over there walking around. Try to get this somewhat snugged up here. Jeez, I ain't gonna do it that way. I'm just working my way out. It doesn't really, as long as your cover's not on there crooked. There you go, you can feel that cover and hear it setting in place. Okie dokie. And then finish getting this torqued down and we'll bring you back for the next step. Well, it looks like the battery died and I didn't know it, but got quite a bit done. This was mostly just a quick video and catch up on the, we'll just call it the part 3 Cummins project. We got the front cover on, the timing, or the gear for the injection pump drive, new front crank seal and wear sleeve, covers on. I got to get the fan hub and bearing put on here, alternator on to get the accessory drive all done. Got the head all done and torqued down. I got to do the lines and injectors still, which I still got to figure out if I'm returning the one set of injectors I got or not, because I bought them for the aneroid, and this is deleting the aneroid now, so the thread pitch is even different, or it's larger, 14 mil on the aneroid, 12 mil on the non-aneroid, and these are 12, so probably return those injectors, get the other part number for the 7240 Magnum that is non-aneroid, and then the lines for the non-aneroid system, because the aneroid system uses the 14 mil. And I got a bracket coming, because we'll do an electronic solenoid to turn the tractor or the fuel off and on. We're going to probably run the dual fuel filter setup. That's coming. So the pump's on. Got the exhaust manifold on. I need one bolt. Turbo mounted, which this turbo is off the combine. And I think it's going to help. I think they flip it on a Magnum we were talking. I think the exhaust side is over here. But I think this is going to work because on a Mini Mo, the exhaust comes out up here in the front of the hood, and then beyond that is the intake. So that might work out great. Just come out here with a custom pipe and right up out the hood. I won't really know until this is bolted to the tractor and I get the grill on in the front end and test fit the hood. But this might work. But in that case, the oil feed line that I needed, I got one for the Magnum. Well, it's too short. Combine used a longer one because of the turbo being turned. But I still think I'll need it, so I'm going to get one of those coming. Just a bunch of different things that I'm finding out and sharing with you guys. So got the bypass line here put on, and I got a couple freeze out plugs still knocking back here, and the darn oil pan. The oil pan's right, but the pickup tube I must have gotten from an 8.3 Cummins in a truck. And the bend in the elbow is slightly different. I mean, it's like, come on. How many different versions and variations are needed? It's real close, but it is not right. So I got another pickup tube coming. And then we can put the oil pan on. So that was fun to figure out and almost had done. So she's not completely closed yet. So there's just the line that I cut, you can already see is longer than the one that's on a Magnum. So had that turbo been flipped around, this line would work. But a lot of different parts that can go back, a lot of parts that I'm going to use. Some of this is all aneroid stuff that can get returned. But real happy with the progress today. And yeah, this is where we're at so far. So I appreciate you guys watching. Hopefully the next video will be completely finishing the motor. I'm not going to put the intake on it until I get the injectors and lines kind of messed with and making sure they're going to be okay. And all those parts went through the wash. And I like the idea of using this combine intake because it has this elbow that is able to be clocked instead of just an elbow already coming out. So this is what I like about that, and this will help a bunch. So that's my recommendation so far until we find out that I'm wrong. But I do like that. That should work out really nice. And then there's the other elbow for the turbo, all nice and clean. Everything's nice and clean going through this parts washer and pulley. So get some things cleaned up and get ready back for the normal work week. So thanks for watching. Hit that like and subscribe button, and let's see what happens in the next video.